from the depths instant tutorial.
Let's make a missile that almost always hits its mark. You will need an AI with some kind of detection as well as ammo and stuff, and everything is provided on this platform. We shall go and use small missiles because we need to use a lot of parts, and the amount of missiles will of course also increases chances of impact. So we shall make a little small 9x9 platform of missile connectors. This will be the base for our missiles. Then we go with small missile launchers, aim upwards, click G, and they will get aligned. And we need to set up some important parts from the beginning here. So we go back one step and we can see the controller. We can put a controller down. We definitely need a friend and foe identifier. And staggered fire for effect. We of course also need to connect up a local weapon controller, and inside this one you can set up any limitation if you, for example, don't want it to attack things underwater. Then we go to the missile controller and you can see required accuracy before fire, set this to 180. Adding 1, 2, 3, 4 gantries will ensure all the parts we need. So we will go for active radar seeker. This is very versatile and usually works pretty well. It's also fantastically easy to set up and pretty hard to fool. We will of course need some kind of thruster. Now the variable thruster is usually good enough, but we will increase the thrust output to the maximum. And then we need some kind of steering. So we're going to have 3 fins in the front and 3 fins in the back. The fins, they, well, the more you have, the better they are, and the further away from the center of it they are, the better they are as well. So it's pretty good to have them there. And we should also have a turning thruster here for good measure. Then we're going to have a couple of explosive warheads. Now explosive warheads, frag or EMP, this is up to you to choose, but remember when you make a missile that always hits, they will be less powerful because we're going to put a lot of shit on it basically to make it work. So what we need here, you can see that the lifetime of the missile is only 10 seconds, which is awful. So we're going to have a regulator, possibly 2 regulators, so that this will now survive for 30 seconds. It will not despawn until 30 seconds. And then you should check here. We have a signal processor. You want a signal processor so your missile doesn't get fooled by decoys. So select one of those. Then we need something called APN guidance. APN guidance, augmented proportional navigation guidance. It uses fins to accelerate the missile so that it increases the chances of hitting it a lot. That's very useful to have, so we're going to have that since we also have a lot of fins. Then we will also have the one turn. This will point our missile in the correct direction after we spawn it, and it's super nice. And you can also have prediction guidance. Prediction guidance, if you choose to have prediction guidance, you select not to have APN guidance, because I understand that they interfere with each other, so you can only have one of them, and we chose the APN guidance. What we definitely miss now is fuel tanks. And now we can see down here that the fuel per second, blah blah blah, so thrust duration is only 8 seconds as for now. So we'll need to add fuel tanks and replace some of our warheads until we have an acceptable thrust duration basically. Let's actually make the missile despawn after 20 seconds instead. So we're going to exchange one of the regulators with a fuel tank. And now we can see the thrust duration is 20 seconds and the lifetime of the missile is 20 seconds. And that should be absolutely fine. Right, so now we're done. We need to go and click thruster custom smoke, because that is fun. And what you basically can do is that you can make, you can try out, like if you want to compare APN guidance with prediction guidance, make some pink smoke and some green smoke and you can compare them. And I just did this test And for me, APN guidance worked better. So we're gonna copy all to matching launch pads, and now all these missiles, as you can see, should be this. So we can save this missile here as well if we want to. Very exciting. Let's make a test of this thing without me testing it in forehand, because I think this will work pretty well. So just click X and we can here spawn some beautiful ships here. And a Marauder is a very easy target. Let's instead spawn something harder, like Steel Striders, Lynx and Hake. Let's spawn 2 of each. Aha! And of course the Steel Strider airplanes, they're pretty quick, and this is why we set the thrust to the absolute maximum, because you'll need the maximum to be able to reach these guys. And if you want to use short-range thrusters, the range of the missiles will be pretty short, so it might not be a super good idea. I think these volley will take this airplane out if... Oh yeah, now we go. Yep, works pretty well. And there we are. That's how to make missiles that basically always hits its mark. So enjoy your missiles and see you for the next instant tutorial. This is Jimodism signing out.